Hi everyone, today I'm coming to my secret corner of Nivelamason to talk to you about Hanukkah. So my name is Brie and I want to give a special shout out to some friends watching from home, Bella and Ryder, and to you because you're my special friend too. So what we have here are two different types of menorah. This is a more traditional menorah and this is a handcrafted artist's rendition of a menorah. Both of them have 9 branches, 8 for the 8 days of Hanukkah and 1 for the shamash or helper candle. So when you're lighting your menorah, typically it will be placed in a window on the ground floor of the home, and you're going to put the candles in from right to left, and then light the candles from left to right. So I'm going to do this from my right to left, but you would put in the first candle on the right, then you would light your helper candle or shamash, and use that to light the candles that are placed in the menorah from left to right. Of course, on the first night, you're only going to have one, so you're just going to do your one candle. And then they'll both burn for at least 30 minutes each night. So, besides the menorah, another thing that is used to celebrate Hanukkah, this is a little bit more fun, is the dreidel, also called the sevivon. So, as you can see, there are 4 sides to the dreidel, which have different Hebrew letters on them: Gimel, Nun, Shin, and Hey. Each one means something different as far as the game goes, but we're going to be making one of these today. So, I'm going to go ahead and read the story, and then we'll get working on our craft. So this is The Story of Hanukkah by David Adler. The Hanukkah story begins in Israel a long time ago when it was called Judea. At that time, the Jews who lived there were farmers and shepherds. On holidays, they all went to the beautiful temple in Jerusalem. The temple was on top of a mountain and called the House of God. Its gates were covered with gold and silver, and inside was a ner tamid, a light that always burned. For a long time, the Jews lived in peace, although they did not rule the land. Then a Greek, Antiochus IV, became king. He tore down the walls of Jerusalem. Thousands were killed. Anyone who lit Sabbath candles, studied Jewish law, or refused to bow to Greek idols was put to death. The king's men came to the town of Modin. They demanded that Mattathias, an old priest, worship one of their gods. Mattathias refused. He threw down the idol and called out, "Whoever is for the Lord our God, follow me." Mattathias ran to the hills. His 5 sons and many other Jews followed him. Antiochus's army chased after Mattathias, but when the soldiers came near, brave Jews hiding behind large rocks and inside caves attacked. Then they ran back to the hills and hid. Mattathias and his followers were farmers and shepherds, but they fought like trained soldiers. When Mattathias died, his son Judah became their leader. Judah was called the Maccabee, which means the hammer. The people who fought with him were called Maccabees. The king's armies came with bows, arrows, swords, horses, and armored elephants, but they weren't able to beat the Maccabees. In the final battle, there were more than 6 armed soldiers for every Maccabee, but still the mighty army of Antiochus was beaten. Judah then led the Maccabees to Jerusalem. The Maccabees cried when they saw the temple ruined and filled with garbage, but they cleaned it. They built a new altar, new gates, and new doors. When it came time to relight the ner tamid, they found just 1 small jar of pure oil, only enough to burn for 1 day. But that oil burned for 8 days until more oil could be prepared. On the 25th day of the Hebrew month of Kislev, the temple again became the house of God. Judah declared every year on that date an 8-day holiday would begin. The holiday was called Hanukkah, which means dedication. It celebrates the day the temple was rededicated. That was more than 2,000 years ago. Today, all over the world, Jews celebrate Hanukkah by lighting candles, singing Hanukkah songs, and eating latkes, potato pancakes, and soufignon, or jelly donuts. Latkes and soufignon are prepared in oil to remind the Jews of the Hanukkah miracles. In many homes, people exchange Hanukkah gifts. Children also play a game with a four-sided spinning top called a dreidel. On each side of the dreidel is a different Hebrew letter. The first letters of the Hebrew sentence, Neskado Hayasham, which means a great miracle happened there, and it happened in Jerusalem. Hanukkah celebrates one of the first fights for religious freedom. So, as you heard about in our story, they play with dreidels to remember the miracle that happened, because each symbol on the dreidel is a different letter of the sentence that says, a great miracle happened there. So what you do is the dreidel is like a spinning top, and you spin it, and then when it falls, whichever symbol is landing up tells you what to do for the game. Now, if you look in your craft bag, there's activity pages, coloring, a dot-to-dot, a word search, all kinds of really cool things. But there is also a template for how to make your own dreidel. And you might want to get a friend to help you with this, especially if you're really little, because there's a little bit of cutting out involved. But you're just going to need your template and then your straws, or a pen or pencil works great too. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this out. And if you have a friend helping you, make sure you thank them. So look up at your mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever may be helping you, and say, "Thank you, friend." Make sure that you take your time when you're using the scissors, especially cutting out the little tabs. Almost there. And if you're cutting, or while you're waiting for your helper to cut yours for you, make sure that you've got some tape as well. You can also use glue, but tape will make it a little bit stronger. All right, so once that's all cut out, this is what it should look like. So what you're going to do next is just fold your tabs on the little crease lines. So we're going to fold each tab down. So it'll look kind of like that. You see they kind of hang down a little bit. And you're going to do the same thing again on your 4 squares. So you're going to fold them so that they make a right angle, so that they start to come together like a box. So then they should come together like that. And then you're going to put a piece of tape on this corner right here. Doesn't take a lot of tape, just a little bit. Just like that. And then the tricky part is the bottom. You're just going to fold these down so that they come in a little bit, but not all the way down. And then you're going to tape these together. Just 2 at a time is an easy way to do it. So you'll put a piece of tape right there. And then on the next side, and then on the last side. And then you might want to put another piece right here just to seal that up. And don't worry if it's not perfect. All right, so then you've got the bottom part of your dreidel finished. Then we're going to fold this top down. But before you tape it, you want to kind of fold it over just a little bit like that. Don't crease it, but take your scissors and cut that little X. Just make one snip there, and you can kind of fold it back the other way and make one snip there. Okay, and then you fold your top down, and you're going to put tape on each of those 3 sides. So we'll put one there. And be careful when you're putting your tape on not to crush it. You can put tape on the other side. My tape was a little bit too long. And then tape on the last side. And then you've got your paper dreidel. Now, as you can see, my dreidel is not perfect, but the tape will hold it together. And this is the fun part. I'm going to use a pen, but you also have a straw. You poke it through that little hole we poked in the top, and now you have a working dreidel. As you can see, mine's not perfect, but you spin it, and it works perfectly. Now, in your craft bag, you should have a list of rules for how to play and some candy to play with. I personally like to play with chocolate coins or gelt, but Skittles work just as well, and you can really play with anything. And you can play with as many people as you want. So what you'll do is everybody will get some Skittles or some chocolate coins or some straws or whatever you happen to have, and everybody puts one in the middle. So we put one in the middle, and then you take turns spinning the dreidel. And each side of the dreidel, as we already discussed, has a different symbol on it. And your paper dreidel even says what the symbol means. That way you don't have to look back at the rules every time. So you spin it, and then whatever it lands on that's facing up, like mine landed on Gimel, tells you what to do. So this would have been a really lucky first turn for me because I would have gotten to take all the candy that was in the pot. And then, next person's turn, everybody puts one in, and then we spin again. And when there's nothing left, that round of the game is over. So, that is how we play dreidel, and that is the miracle of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.